Welcome back to the Fight Factory podcast right here on the MyFandom YouTube channel. And, of course, coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio. I'm Dave Sturchio, in case you forgot that. That's Tommy D's Nuts over here. Officer Chris Payne in the building. And for the first time...
I will rule you. I will bust you.
That's it. And for the first time...
Harpoon his ass.
First time ever, we have the one, the only... Tommy Tequila.
Tommy Tequila.
How you doing, bro?
Feeling good.
Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the whatever the hell we're actually calling this.
We're finally able to put a face to the name because we've said Tommy Tequila a million times.
We have.
When we had a show before.
It's fantastic. Not one appearance and had that nickname already.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it made sense. I mean, there's a whole box of seltzer tequila over there, so it all makes sense. It all ties together.
It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Hey, listen, the last time anybody saw your face was in Staten Island. It's
Holding
one
that
of the,
belt right there.
It's one of the shows. Oh, yeah.
Good old Staten, Italy.
We'll talk about that, obviously.
What a dump.
Listen.
It smells like garbage.
If the last time you saw anything Fight Factory related at Staten Island, we apologize. So, no, listen. As I was talking to Tommy and Pre, that show was badass. We booked it badass. The talent was badass, and we just didn't get the crowd we wanted. And
No, we did. We ran it like a COVID show. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, everybody, you in the back, come on down. Like it was.
Listen, it was a tough sell. Parking was fucking confusing.
Atrocious.
And it's Staten Island. Where do you park in Staten Island?
Payne's house.
You just stop at it's Staten Island.
Do you want to call a spade and say what it actually was, or do we want to not?
Are we ever going back there?
Do we not want to burn bridges?
Are we ever
back there? But
No. I don't want to
It was
burn
a team
bridges.
effort, and
No. Straight
the
up.
GM was
straight
awesome.
up.
They were fucking Antonio Brown.
Ray's the man.
Ray was
Ray's the
amazing.
man. Shout out to Ray. You're the man.
Ray is
what
Ray
was his,
on Instagram.
Needs a helmet.
I can't remember his name. I know. I got to get him one.
Yeah.
I
So
can't remember his assistant name. I think it was Matt. But those guys were
those
aces.
guys were aces.
Those guys were aces.
I forget the dude's name.
Security was aces. Everything was aces. The only thing that wasn't really on our side was ownership, and we just couldn't promote it the way we wanted to promote it, and we couldn't promote it the same way we did War on the Shore.
What kind of got me a little tight was the kid that I was in the booth with. I can't remember his name, but he was awesome. And he told me that when the micro wrestlers were
You know what his name was?
What?
Nick Diaz. Remember I made the joke?
That's right.
That is, I was like, he's like, my name's Nick Diaz. I'm like,
So
You don't look
so
like
when I'm in the booth with him,
can you fight?
he was telling me
the first time.
that when they had the micro wrestlers there, they promoted that show for 3 months. Every day, email blasts went out during the games.
Oh, our email blast went out.
26,800 people on an email list, and they fucking sent it out a day and a half before our show.
There's
That's what I mean. That's what he said to
there's
me.
the elephant in the old room.
That's what he said to me. He's like, that's why I think this didn't go off the way that it could have. But honestly, if you go back and watch it on our YouTube, the matches were phenomenal.
They're great.
From start to
the
finish.
card was unbelievable.
You are on your second independent show, and the lead off of the night is fucking homicide.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I remember,
And you know what? Even our dark
That right
match was
there.
great. The guys that came down to help out with the ring, the dark match was really
He's
good.
in great shape. I forget his
tag
name.
team.
Dude,
Dino?
that dude was in a really good shape.
yeah, Dino something. I want to say his name is. I'm sorry if I don't remember the name. And there was so many people there, as far as talent, not crowd.
Yeah.
But listen, if you want to check it out, it's
We
free.
had 11 hot dog vendors and 6 fans.
Yeah, it's free. We can't thank Tommy Tequila and Superbird Tequila enough for being one of the sponsors for that show. And that's another thing. They wanted to double dip. They're like, hey, any sponsor you get, we get half. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, we're doing work for your marketing team? Is that like a thing? Like, I didn't know you're a marketing guru. Have you ever heard anything like that before?
He played a hell of a ticket.
He really
And I tried
did.
to manipulate it in every which way that you told me, and it still didn't work. So their defense,
You know your shit.
Their defense is even better than their offense.
Yeah, they're playing a little zone. They're playing a little zone.
Ravens.
Yeah. Fucking Ray Lewis was just sitting there in the middle. I can't run the ball here, folks.
Suit. Wait, I'm sorry.
Anywho, Jesus Christ.
Payne's back.
Yes, Payne is back, and so is the table. Which
Hold on, it's 2025. I'm ready to offend everyone.
Nah, perfect. The table's back with the new custom War on the Shore Fight Factory football helmets. Thanks to the creative Payne over here. We have our.
I fucking love them. I just think it's such a cool keepsake.
Oh, it's such a great thing. When I showed a bunch of people, especially Gooch.
Yeah.
He was like, "Dude, like who did those?" And I was like, "Payne."
My boss was asking for one. He bought so many tickets. He's like, I need one of those football helmets for my
They're
bar.
great. They're great.
The
$124.99.
visor's a good look.
The visor
It's like
is
a rug.
what
It brings the
pops,
whole room together.
And then obviously we went with a little bit of the it looks like Stable Wars here. We have the original NWO set. This is all courtesy of Payne, by the way.
What was the date on that one, though, Dave?
July 7th.
July 7th, 1996.
And we only know that because we went over that shit before.
Well, no,
and
we
of
knew
course,
that. We just were going back
and
and
of course,
forth about the second
DX
one.
is chilling. BA Billy Gunn and Road Dogg and X Pac and no China.
technically-
No China?
I don't have a China.
What the
It's the Hall of Fame table.
Sexist.
You get the China from China. Fine China.
It was China.
China. And of course, the pull string Hogan, that doesn't work. It says a bunch of racial stuff, but it doesn't say anything else.
There it
it's weird.
is. Welcome to 2025, folks. The resident racist.
They're not booing him, they're broing him. They're holding him. Right. But listen, a lot to get into, obviously. You know, we're coming off, like I said, the last time you saw us all collectively together, we had the knuckle brawl where obviously we're still, listen, I don't care what anybody says. I'm still kind of on cloud nine about the war on the shore first because we really didn't give ourselves a chance to actually embrace that at all.
So when we were pre-show with that, and I was sitting with the boys in the locker room and giving them the times and everything, when Enzo heard that him and
Real one. We get it. Go.
Mama called him Clay. Mama called him Clay.
Eric Arndt.
When Real One was getting 10 full minutes with GKM, I haven't seen him move like that since the 205 Live days.
And
First of all, he didn't move like that in the 205 Live days. He's
I've
much
never seen
better
him
now.
move like that ever. Yeah.
well, you know, it's really
That was
funny.
really impressive.
It's really funny. He had a promo, and shout out to ACW who put together their first show at the Mid Hudson Civic Center. Great turnout for them.
Poughkeepsie.
But he
town.
he competed in the opener.
Just to say.
Again, by the way, he was the opener. No, he wasn't our opener, was he?
No, he wasn't our
he wasn't
opener.
our opener.
We
Homicide
opened with
was.
Homicide.
Homicide. Bang, you did. You're all right. But he, the funniest part was he was for the junior heavyweight championship of the NWA. And he obviously ultimately lost, but he gets on the mic after. He's like, "Bro, I can't wait for this." As if like you had to get to a certain threshold of weight to be on the junior heavyweights. And he was like, "I need a pizza." Who comes out? The FBI, bro. Little Guido, and our dear friend from the Jersey Shore, parking validation extraordinaire himself, Ray Jazz. So there was Ray Jazz as well. Shout out to Ray.
I only booked him on our biggest show, and I just got friend requested on Facebook.
Oh, why is that? Because we put a little teaser out there yesterday. Like, it's time to, just so everybody's clear. From my professional page, Dave Sturchio, I will periodically put out there it's Monday morning, it's 10 o'clock. Did you like all your promoter statuses yet? Like, to just kiss that ass just a little bit harder just to make sure you're on the show. So that goes in line with that. You've sent your friend request late.
Let me just put it like this.
Sure.
I am the type of person. I do this a lot with, like, when people always say, like, "Yo, if you ever need anything, like, let me know. I'll help you out." And I've run into so many people that have lifted no fingers. They have gone back on their word,
Zero
and they
fingers.
talk in circles about how they couldn't help. If you want a spot on our show,
Tommy with his feet.
this is just for me personally, right? Just say, "Hey, I've been working this long. I want to be booked. What do I got to do?"
And
I'd
please-
rather you be blunt about it. Don't give me this fucking sad story, this sob story about I've been training for 11 years and I'm looking for my big break. Yeah, chances are you're not getting it, but if you have something that sticks out that I personally like, I'm going to bring it up with the boys, and then we're going to sit there and discuss the card. You never know, but I'd rather you just be blunt about it. Just say, "Hey, I'm looking for a spot. This really interests me. I have this, this, and this." That's it. Don't fucking give me 4 pages. Don't give me links. I'm not looking at it, because majority of the times, I'm going to look you up anyway if I'm interested.
Right.
Yeah.
So I ran into our dear friend Miggs from the Court 12 in Poughkeepsie, and he said
Bat Migs?
Bat Miggs. He said he was very jealous that I got to perform at the Mid Hudson Civic Center before him because he grew up in that building. He said because remember he was taking that drive down to training from up there every Monday, Wednesday, whenever the hell we had the day. So that sucks in itself.
Easy
That's a
pain.
It was
drive.
Tuesday. It
I see.
wasn't Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then it was Tuesday, Thursdays, and then it was just Tuesdays, and then all of a sudden we got kicked out of there, and then we went to Rahway. They got flooded, and
Right. But anyway, I saw him and he's like, and I told him about the promotion, and he played it off as if he didn't hear about it. But I know you fucking heard about it. And he goes, I
can show you the likes on
I
my
said,
stats.
I said, "Hey man, you you still working? And it was not a disrespectful. Are you still working? I just didn't know because I actually wasn't friends with him on Facebook for whatever reason. So maybe he got rid of me, or I said, you know what the hell with him.
He does like ECPWA and
Yeah, well, that's what he told me. He said, well, he's like, yeah, man, I'm still working. And in fact, I'm a champion at multiple promotions. I'm here to tell you guys, in the independent wrestling circuit, nobody gives a flying fuck about how many independent wrestling titles you have.
Bro,
because I can make one phone
completely
call.
disagree.
Wait, hold on, Tommy. Hand me my big gold.
Yeah, I can make one. Yeah,
His name's actually on it.
You know what's hilarious about the big gold?
Oh, I love this story.
No, it continues because now I have more people in and out of the
Hold on, did
studio.
Moff really? I want to see the leather.
First of all, I'll let you see in a second. There's no.
You'll let me see it. It's mine.
I know.
Actually,
we couldn't tell by the name on it because when
We
other
rent it
people are
now.
here, no, it's even better. When people come in here for like photo shoots and other things, like, oh man, it's so cool, championship. Who's Chris Payne? I was like, well, that would have said Ric Flair, but Chris Payne loves himself so much that he put himself on the title.
Crazy.
In
I
between
said
Dusty
Ric
and
Flair.
Rick. You never heard of him?
I said the guy Rick, and he goes, "Okay, no problem." And it came back Chris. So
Yeah, totally.
Who is Chris Payne?
There's no bite marks. Anyway.
there's definitely bite marks. Moff had it in his mouth.
I don't know about all that, but anyway,
$8,000.
I was making a point about titles.
You're
Nobody
going back to
cares
no
about
one
it.
cares about the independent
Yeah,
championships.
nobody cares about independent championships because I can make one phone call right now. No, I swear to God to this. I can make one phone call right now, and I can be the SWF heavyweight champion on Saturday. Like right now.
So-
like I haven't wrestled in 8 years. I
Do
can be
you
a
remember
champion.
that? You were always at practice in the early years with me. Like we were always like the mainstays, never missed. Do you remember?
All the rewards we got
Do you
after
remember when Buck goes to him? I think you should watch more tape, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't think you watch more tape than I do."
that. Yeah. So a brand new student of wrestling is telling Pat Buck, who's been in the business for fucking 18,000 years,
Lived with everybody.
lived with,
OVW,
just
everybody.
OVW and FCW, all this other bullshit. And he said, I work a different style. You know what really got me? And I think we talked about this.
Yeah, I think I watch more than you.
Yeah, I think what really got me on that intro months, like, what wrestlers would you like to emulate? That's how you come up. That's how you learn, right? Like I right away knew, I was like, well, Shawn Michaels is my favorite. However, I can't move like that.
With that said.
Yeah, with that being said, I can't move like good old HB Shizzle. What I can do is I could try to be Brock, or I could try to be Ryback, or I could try to be top heavy dudes, right?
Shout out Scott Norton.
It's so funny. I was told to study Scott Norton as well, and I was like, yeah, fine. Bully Ray, same thing. Like, study these guys. This is how they work. This is how you should learn how to work. Fucking guys like Miggs and Jeff Craven, and like even Christian before he swapped teams.
Cynthia, right? Cynthia.
That's his new name.
I think it's Cynthia.
Anyway, they're like, oh, I like to emulate sha, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I totally get that. I look around like, who is he talking about?
No, I saw it.
Who's he
Totally
talking
same.
about? He's like, oh, I just watch a bunch of New Japan. Like, oh my God, dude, I hate that shit. Like, I don't hate New Japan. I'm saying, like, I hate the guys that think they're so much smarter than everybody else because they decided to stay up and watch Wrestle Kingdom at fucking 2 in the morning.
There's no such thing.
You're
as
a loser.
There's
I
no
also think
such
it was-
thing as a sophisticated wrestling fan.
I also
Doesn't
think it
matter
was,
how many Japanese matches you watch. It's fucking wrestling. Okay,
Right, thank you.
It's wrestling.
Thank you.
Bro, it's like that guy that like tries to go out and be the flashiest guy in the room, right? Like it's like, oh, let me throw out the most flashiest name that no one knows. Like make me look
Yeah,
like
let me wear a boa on a podcast and see what happens. See if I'm the most flashiest
yeah,
guy.
like who does that? Dicks.
Well,
You
most of
never
us
heard
ended
that
up on the
band yet? You
floor.
You'll see it.
So yeah. So anyway, it's been a while.
You know who I got told to emulate when I got out?
What's that? Who?
Take a
Ultimo
guess.
Ultimo Dragon? The big boss man?
Kidman.
Did I tell you about the Ultimate Dragon story?
I mean, he wouldn't sign your shit.
No,
And I wrestled him.
Yes.
he wanted to charge
And
you
I was
for it.
in the photo.
Yeah.
And she told me $60.
Wrestling.
And I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Love wrestling.
No, I got told to study JBL. I'm like, he's 6'7" and 300 pounds.
Continue. What's your argument?
I'm 6'2", 205.
Live. 205, my asshole.
At the time, I was.
I thought you meant like right now. I'm like, get the fuck out
What
of
do you think
here.
I weigh right now?
237.
237. Yep, you said it in the chat.
Oh, did you say it in the chat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did.
I'm like, oh shit.
Bad news. It's 2:38 today.
Okay.
I had nacho. No, I'm just kidding.
See, that's what's nice about
hovering
the
in the
hotel
265.
living.
No, when I wrestled,
because I'm
my
not eating as
heaviest I
much.
wrestled was 218, but I always wrestled there like 205, 208.
So what were you billed as? 230?
230.
That's what I was doing. I was wrestling. Well, no, I kind of build my own weight, and I just kept it accurate. I was like, David Adams was like, what do you weigh? I was like, 245. He's like, all right, so what do you want to bill you? 245. Like,
No, it's wrestling. You always got to round up.
Hold on. I originally billed myself from Ouchtown. Pat's like, please stop. That's the stupidest shit.
Ouchtown. Oh my God.
Chris Payne
from Ouchtown. Oh my God. That would have been.
Ouchtown. Oh
I really
my
wish you would have
God.
stuck
I'm
with
still
that.
a mark for parts unknown. That's my favorite.
I know.
I
got a
anybody
guy
use
who-
that anymore?
I don't think so.
The most awkward entrance right now is, and again, I'm not about to start this whole rabbit hole of bashing AEW, but man,
let's go.
man, oh man, like Orange Cassidy, like he's from wherever,
Yeah.
weighing in at whatever. And I was like, oh, just he's 110 pounds. Everybody knows how much he
You
weighs.
should come out to that song, Whatever. Remember that song from back in the day?
Oh my.
Whatever.
The
Instead
Fight
of coming
Club
out
clothes,
to...
the Pixies, that's perfect for him. I love that song.
What?
It's such a good
Wait,
song.
what song is this?
I have no idea
You
what
don't remember
Tom's
that?
talking about.
Dude,
Wait,
the
wait.
last time I heard a song, whatever, was Benoit's theme song.
This is my United States of whatever.
It's like Voldemort. You can't
is
say
that?
it.
It's 2025. I think we're past the statute of limitations on the name.
I don't know about all
We
that.
I
just
still
can't
think it was
praise
Kevin
him.
Sullivan. Whatever.
Whew, hot take. Bing. Dave, sound effect. Add this at this point.
You know he's either a downloadable or creatable character in WWE 24?
Benoit?
Who?
Yeah.
Nice.
Stop it.
What's his? No, you know what? I was going down a whole nother level.
Yeah, no,
Like,
let's
what's
not
his
do-
finishing move?
But yeah,
Scoop
so
and
my-
scored on it. So
When I went to Florida
Stop.
at my brother-in-law's house, he's got the video game and he's got all the downloadable characters. I'm like, they have Chris Benoit in this fucking game?
Wait, he's a downloadable
Either
character?
downloadable or somehow creatable
No, that was
character.
some
Nah,
community.
somebody- because back in the day, people used to create- yeah.
Michael Starks was good at
This
that.
guy created everybody, and they were
Hot dog.
identical.
Hot dog. Remember Hot Dog? Hot Dog Starks?
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
he used to be a
he created
massive
every
creator.
independent wrestler on
He
the
created
planet.
me, and I was like, I thought it was the coolest fucking thing I've ever
Well,
seen in my
somebody
life.
created, and they even had the Benoit graphic to come up when you're picking your guy. Like, it's not the... So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
because you can upload that shit now. It's 2025, like you said. Shit's changed.
My
Aliens
WWF
built
No
the
Mercy.
pyramids. What are we talking
Every
about?
match.
WrestleMania 2000 creator wrestlers were on point. I don't care what anyone else could do now.
With the big
Those are
boxy
best.
heads?
Bro, not for
I
nothing. We had one of the
love
best
those games.
tailgates. We had the fucking big
Yes.
screen TV at WrestleMania with Revenge going
And
on.
all it cost us was a suspension.
A suspension.
We got suspended for that whole thing. Thanks, Moff.
Thanks,
Still
Moff.
love you, buddy. Anyway.
Never commit a crime with you, you piece of shit.
He'll never admit to that for the rest of his life, by the way.
You know that wasn't me. Mop, you were the only one there with Lance.
Lance Ottawa. And who's also rocking it. Has he made his debut yet?
No.
No? All right. We'll wait that. Because LaGreca brought up a good point. He wonders, with the Roman Reigns win this Monday, is the bloodline thing over?
I just don't know.
And I said, no, I don't think so. I think there's got to be some more levels to this shit. There's got to be a Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns match at some point, you would think, and that's going to be like
how
fucking
you get into it, though? It's
cinema.
just kind of weird. Like, okay, he won the Ulafala to share it with nobody.
Well, I think that if they could do it
His
this way,
cousin, the other guy's supposed to be making
the
his
other
debut,
guy,
too.
Fatu, doing the I Love You solo.
No.
I hate you
What's
solo.
the
is gonna
dude's
be
name from New
perfect.
Japan?
I can't wait for him to say that. We need Fatu to say I hate you solo and turn on solo. Need that.
Damn,
need
you
that
need
in my
that.
life.
That
Yeah,
would
but I
be,
think
that's
he'll be. Yeah, but if he does that,
For the love.
if he does that, I don't think he's going to go with either one of them. He's going to be back as the werewolf, like the lone wolf kind of deal.
I don't know if they can break all these guys up and make them do their own singles
What's
runs.
the other guy's name? The other cousin that's getting signed. He's like 6'8".
There's another
Oh,
one?
Hikaluo.
Hikaluo is-
He's Bullet Club New Japan right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's I thought he signed to WWE.
That's the rumor that they all sign pretty much.
It's just like they come out of the womb. Like, can you just sign this?
Well, I think that NXT class that Lance is in, they're just like starting them right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't think. I really don't. Personally, I don't think Lance needs to be in that because like that class just started. I don't think he needs to be in the class.
Well, I mean,
He's gonna be jump started just like everybody else. Like when
Right.
Cole got there, he was there for a little while and then immediately went to the main roster.
Baby.
They're gonna be there for a little while. They fast tracked Jade Cargill.
they did.
Yeah.
They did. They can fast track whoever they want. It's whatever they want to do. So let's start that. Raw, Netflix,
dive in.
for the first time ever.
What a production!
Production was great.
It looked like a UFC fight.
Intro was phenomenal. Revealing the ring was dope. I'll ask you guys the question real quick. Tommy, start with you. You're a UFC guy, so you're used to this. You cool with all the fucking advertisements all over the ring?
I am. So
because it was one thing if it was just the Prime, but now it's like every corner has something different.
Like I had said, with the black canvas, it looks okay, and I'm used to that from Pride because anybody who stayed awake watching Pride fights, that's what the ring looked like.
You pointed at him for. I'm the one who brought it up the other day.
Oh, you too? Okay. So yeah,
Piece of shit.
So you understand?
No credit on this fucking podcast.
Hot take to you, Payne.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, good. At least you. No,
Thank
look,
God
now
I
you
got
could
somebody
look.
to fucking go
Now
argue
you could
with
look
you.
into his eyes. Look, you see,
You're
you
such
just
a
look into his
scumbag.
eyes.
Look into his
fucking
eyes
hate
past
you.
the grates.
Yeah. But so then you're used to seeing that. Look, it's the way of the world
Bro,
now, right?
that was the same shit in Mexico. I came out in my entrance, and there's girls just holding. They're just like this. Their tits out in ramen noodles.
Oh God, look at the CML. The CML.
Here's a head toss right on the
That's
ramen.
where it was, but
I
that's where you
think-
run
I think it's-
CMLL.
And they're bright fucking
It's
colors of
done in
CMLL.
perfect taste, I feel. I remember you watch ESPN Deportes and boxing in like Tijuana, and they would have
the Ocho?
ads on people's backs,
Yep.
like spray painted on them.
Oh, yeah. Poker.com?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And the
dude.
referee be in the corner like Baseo smoking a cigarette. These guys are like headbutting each other. So at least it's done in good taste, and I think
Bare
it
Knuckle does it.
looks great.
Bare Knuckle does
Yeah.
it.
Well, they need all the fucking sponsors
Yeah,
they
they
can
need
get.
all the sponsors.
We
they
joked
can get.
before,
They're
I thought it was
losing
gonna-
people
I thought it was
via
gonna look
death
like-
or-
I
Well,
thought it was like
who else?
too.
Bodog?
Yeah.
Bodog used to do it all the time?
Yeah, but Bare Knuckles also putting shows on in like fucking Enid, Oklahoma. You know what I mean?
Less is more, guys.
It's like fucking Rambo.
Right. So you're okay with it? You guys cool with it? Like the look and the feel of the
I'm
mats?
okay with it.
Because you're an aesthetic dude, so
Yeah, if you wanted me to like really nitpick at Fortnite. Right? So that's like
if it's their biggest
Take the
sponsor, it's
bag.
got to be front and
Gotta
center.
take the
No, of
bag.
course, but I'm not.
here's my
If
question.
you want The Rock, John Cena, and all these guys, Taker all on the same show, you got to put Fortnite in the
Can
middle
I
of the
just
ring.
raise this?
I
Just
would say
because
the only problem is the announce table.
I love the announce table.
No, I think it looks amazing. Good luck going through it.
Yeah, that thing was solid.
Yeah, that looks solid. Yeah, I mean, if you got Michael Cole and
that was
McAfee
built
on
by
it-
your uncle
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. All right, so elephant in the room that you just rolled off all the guys they
How many
got.
fucking elephants are in this room? It's not a big space.
Big fucking elephants. Stone Cold. No shot.
He's
Like,
never
was there
coming
ever
out.
a
what's
shot?
going on
He's
with
never
him.
coming
If
out.
I'm
I don't
Stone
know.
Cold and I've had a beer now for the last decade, and I see Real American after a month and a half being in the ring, getting a promo and all that, there's something going on there.
There's got to be a tear and a riff
It
at
is
that point.
really, really interesting. I thought we were going to get Punk and Stone Cold. That's what I was really looking forward to. And
Yeah.
I thought that
He
was
brought
gonna
him
be
up in a
at the
promo,
end.
you know,
I
like-
really thought, and I was most excited for that.
Do you ever watch his like interviews, like when he talks to other people, like outside of like now that his life is over in wrestling? He hates traveling. He will not leave Vegas.
He's like Eric Bischoff.
He will not.
Bischoff
leave.
lives in the mountains of Montana, and you have to
Yeah.
like pry him out of there.
Jim
He
Cornette
said
will
he
not
goes-
leave.
Well,
his
because
house.
he's public enemy number
He
one. They'll
goes,
kill him.
He goes, I'm never leaving. He goes, he's like, I don't miss any of that traveling and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised. Because then he's got to do all that endorsement and stuff like that.
Talk
Hogan
to Fortnite.
loves to fly.
Tell Fortnite to pay some more money, get Stone Cold in the building. Yeah,
but plus also like we talked about, Stone Cold's Hulk Hogan's basically selling like the Budweiser beer, right? Stone Cold's got it's not a cheap IPA.
No, but he has an American lager. He has an American lager, so he has.
I haven't seen
IPA
too
and
many
American
places.
lager.
I
Yeah,
haven't
he
seen
has
too many
that.
places sell it.
Which I
like
think I
this.
still
So
have one in
he's
the
got
fridge.
several then.
But it's also from a major beer distributor. It's a
El
branch
Segundo.
off of it. So like it's interesting to see like if
But you just made a really good point about the whole like Austin's had a beer for like 4 years.
that was the first thing I thought of.
And Hogan has a beer for a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden he's like, "Brother!" And I'm like, "Oh,
but
what happened here?"
Stone Cold always promoted his beer on the podcast that he did for WWE on the
Fair, but this was
But
a
never in the
bigger.
ring.
This is a little bit
No,
bigger
never
than
in
a
the ring, no.
podcast.
Yeah, but there was also a different time.
This is also the most amount of eyes ever on a
Yeah, but
WWE product.
But some people aren't chasing the bag over happiness.
Look at me. It's like, I'd rather be happy. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Like,
And he takes his winnings from fantasy and goes buys a PS5 instead of diapers.
here we go. First of all,
Sorry.
I'm done with diapers for one kid. I'm working on the second one.
Good luck. It's annoying.
I believe it.
I still have
Especially
one
because
more.
he's got a pointer and he's just like, I'm going wherever I fucking feel like it. Anyway, so
Oh, God.
yeah, it's
I wanted to ask you guys this though.
the broom.
Did you think that ring was shorter?
No.
No.
It didn't look as high
Black
up.
makes it look
Black,
small.
everything
I was going to say the
definitely
reason
didn't look
why,
as high up.
the reason why chubby guys like me wear black is because black is slimming.
Black is slimming.
You'll never
That's
see me.
why I
You'll
said- that's
never
why I-
see me in a bright color.
That's
ever.
what I said in the text. I said it's a 20 by 20. That's why it doesn't look so overwhelming. If it was 16 by 16, and we had War on the Shore, Fight Factory, Superbird, fucking big event. Like
Also, why the Pride ring looked huge.
Pride was
Yes, it was
tremendous.
all
That was like a
white.
26
Fight.
by
It was
20.
all white.
See you in 10 minutes.
Well, that was actually the first round was 10 minutes.
Oh, well, I'm saying like, it takes you that long to get to the fucking
Sent the
opponent.
letter. Fighter, are you ready?
The fucking bird drops it.
Carrier.
Well, I mean, truthfully, they had WWE entrances for Pride. Like it was a really long.
Bro, that's why
ramp.
they were so appealing when they first came to UFC because you had Rampage and
Love Rampage.
Mauricio.
And they messed up and they tested all of them. That's why Pride was great. They were all
Bro.
juiced out of their skulls.
If it was fucking legal, Alistair Overeem would go down as the greatest UFC MMA fighter of all time. That dude was a beast.
He was built like a brick shit house.
Who
Yeah.
else? Fucking
They're all that way.
Andre
Bob Sapp looked
Arlovsky.
like-
Bro, look at Brock in UFC 200. How he
know.
looked against fucking Hunt.
Wanderlei Silva
Yeah.
in Pride.
Mandalay
Look what that
Silva was
dude
a
looked
different
like.
animal.
Oh my God.
That guy was savage.
Wait, who was the which one was Chael feuding with forever?
Vandalay.
I can't let you get too close.
I'm gonna kill you, Sonnen.
Smacked the shit out of his head.
I don't want to be friends with you, Sonnen. I want to talk to you.
That dude's a real
Ah,
killer.
Sonnen is
When
my
Rampage
favorite guy
ripped
in the
down
world.
cardboard door.
Yeah. What a tough guy. I mean, you know what? I'm not talking shit to Rampage Jackson. Sorry.
No.
I will never cross that line ever. All right. So we talked about the ring and the
Subtle shot at me,
ambiance.
I heard that.
Yes, you heard that. I got to ask, obviously, you know, before we get to the matches itself, back to promos, The Rock cutting a very not non-fucking final boss thing. Do you think he really did some disservice by acknowledging fucking Cody Rhodes, Tell Mama Rhodes? That was the fun part. But
He's
then,
still the final boss, I
but
think.
then Cody Rhodes was like, "Remember that time?" You know, he's like, he played it off. It wasn't that big a deal.
I don't-
like, but they just shed blood for like 3
I mean, we've
months.
broken the fourth
I
wall.
think he is the final boss still. He came out in the vest. He is playing. You ever have an asshole boss? You're like, oh, boss having a good day today.
Plenty.
I think the final boss had a good day today. And also, if you look back at it, everything that's going on, how we all get here. There was a plan, and Rock went with what the crowd wanted, and he got his ass kicked and ended up losing, right? So he's going to come on back. The best way to get back at you is to disarm you.
Kill him with
I'm gonna get your guard down. So you know what?
Fair.
Yeah, but
You
he also
you
addressed
called-
it on
you-
NXT last night.
Yeah.
I did see
but
that. Well, I heard
called-
about that.
You just
Yeah.
called me out, right, in a boardroom, and your idea worked. And I'm the boss. And he set up that, and that he came out after Triple H. He said a promo that Triple H should have said as creative head of content, right?
He should have with all the
He
like. I want to thank
established-
Joe
But
Blow
he
and this guy from
established
Netflix. Like,
himself as the undisputed boss of the evening by thanking all the executives and telling everyone and giving everyone.
Well, wait a
their
minute. Isn't he
credit.
technically Triple H's boss? Because he's
the head of the board.
He's the president of the board on the TKO
is that a
thing.
thing?
So yes, he is the boss.
He's legit-
and he
yes.
established.
I know
that
he's
in
on the
in
board,
promo.
but he's above Triple H.
No, he's legitimately like in charge of WWE.
Yes. So now he established.
why did I
himself
know
as
that?
Triple H is only
COO.
Chief Content Creator. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So what's a great way to show Cody that I won the? You might have won a battle, but I won the war. Cody, you go and sit in the crowd. You're not even on the show, and I'm going to give you all of these compliments. I'm going
That's
to tell you
another-
how great
and
you
that's
are.
another thing
Here
that
it is.
I-
But
yeah.
he's establishing himself as the boss.
I feel like that was such a bad miss to put him in the crowd like that.
But I think it's
and
part
then
of-
have him run down the entrance to go attack KO.
I think it's
like you
great.
were just in the crowd, dude. You could have just jumped the guardrail. It would have been easier.
The Rock wins. He's showing that he's the boss. You're not even on the show. And then after I show you in the crowd as a fan and say hi to Mama Rhodes, who do I proceed to introduce? My cousin, Roman Reigns. And who gets the biggest pop of the night? My cousin, Roman Reigns. And who do I come and put the Ulafala on and give credit to and give all of the praise for the night? The biggest
Did
put over.
anybody feel like a rock bottom was coming?
No.
I did.
Nope.
I was like,
But
he's got
I
to
think
turn.
we're
He's got to
overlooking the
turn.
situation
He's
a
got to
little
turn.
bit.
But I think it's all a fuck you to Cody Rhodes. It's disarming Cody Rhodes, and it's going to come up later.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
He established himself as the boss. If he
I
was
don't think
wearing,
so.
if he
What
was
do you-
wearing
what do you
the
think,
Under Armour
Payne?
gear, if he was wearing like the Russo fight gear, right? Then yeah, it's just The Rock being playful. But he still had on the Versace stuff. He still had on the final boss thing.
Yep.
And it was way too nice. Even face Rock was never that kind and nice. Even Rock talking in Fast and the Furious was never that nice.
Yeah, but look at his last time in the ring with Cody when Cody had the belt and then The Rock had his belt. He's like, "Oh, can I hold that belt for a second, there, Rock? Cody, let me hold that belt. You did great. You really earned this." Like it's like you're saying,
He's
it's planting the
showing
seed.
dominance.
How do you see
He
it?
is
Sir? How
showing
do you see it,
dominance.
officer?
I think we're getting a double swerve here.
Cody's going heel?
I think Cody goes heel.
Oh,
and
it's about
Rock's-
fucking
and-
time because it's his
Rock-
fucking title reign.
Can I
has been
finish?
long. Well, fuck.
I've been sitting here quiet. Finally.
I know, and it's been a great
Finally.
conversation. That's why I was interrupting.
The
you.
cop gets to speak.
Proceed. Proceed.
No, I just think it's going to be a double swerve. I think
That's it.
I think it's going to be he's buttering him up. Then they're going to pretend like they're feuding, but then they're going to go and turn on Roman. But I also think it's going to be something bigger than that too. Whereas this just happened in my head, by the way. I think the Usos
dirty place.
join The Rock and Cody, and then everyone gets to be built up by Rock as the new groom, Solo, Tonga Kid, and then
Tongaloa?
Tongaloa. And then I think the other two are going to be brought along at some point too. I think.
So we got a third branch of the bloodline?
Third branch of Bloodline.
Oof. Just doesn't end. Civil
Never
War
ends.
next year.
You
War
gotta build-
games
you gotta build the
with
dynasty.
fucking 3 cages.
Right? They all they did was the fucking Samoan tree. It's the bigger than the Lion King tree. Like it's fucking.
Really
That is a fucking.
You got to build up the lineage again. You're just gonna stop at The Rock and no one else is doing
And,
anything.
and now he's got the high chief thing. Like he's
And-
literally
and
his
that's
grandfather
why
now.
I feel he established himself
Yep.
as that guy.
Yep.
He is the biggest part of that show. He is the final boss. He
Love it.
gets.
I love
he
it.
didn't put any. He didn't put anybody else over except Roman. He gave everyone else credit, saying he did a good job, but he put Roman over.
Whether the other stuff happens or not, I ultimately think Cody goes heel from this.
He has to.
Has to. You would think
He's
eventually.
getting too soft. And
I
he's
don't know,
like,
man.
You did
He
a great
is,
job for a year carrying
you
a
know
belt.
what's funny?
I'm like, for 7 months, he came out and said,
Say what you want to talk about.
So you know what's funny?
That's
now,
how he said
now
it?
might be the
Yeah,
perfect
exactly.
time. Now might be the perfect time to turn Cody heel, considering you have Cena back in the fold to be the Mister Make a Wish,
You
kissing
only have,
babies,
you
all
only
that
have
shit.
one face though.
Kissamania.
You have Drew. You now have Seth Rollins. We'll get to that, but Seth Rollins has to turn heel after that, right? He's already on his way.
Yeah, you can see
Who's
that.
your other babyface if Cody goes?
Punk.
Roman.
CM Punk.
Punk's promo too is a little heelish when they went off the air. That was
Yes.
absolutely amazing.
That was a very good promo after.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
he's the anti-hero like
exactly.
Stone Cold
You
was.
don't have Cena could be that face, but I don't know. You need another one.
No, Cody's got to turn it. It has to
Speaking
happen.
of John
'Cause he's
Cena,
so watered down now.
John Cena also gets a promo for the night. He says he's entering the Rumble this year and he's going to win the Rumble this year. That's what he says.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Now,
No.
all right. Well, hear me out. I am officially much like we rooted for Cody last year because we were going to win money because we were doing the pool or whatever.
Are we doing that again?
Yeah, fine. Well, fuck it. Why not? I think Moff and Donovan want to come down, and we'll discuss that as it gets closer. But he does cuts the promo. Blah blah. For me, dude. I like when the internet wrestling community, the IWC, is put in a fucking blender. I like when they get uneasy and they're like, how can this happen? I can't believe this. I want Cena to fucking win the Rumble. I want Cena to go to WrestleMania and headline against CM Punk. There's CM Punk's main event. John Cena's in it. And somehow CM Punk gets the title of obviously along the way. I don't know how that happens, but
Yeah, you
CM Punk
skipped
maybe
a
at the
few
chamber.
spots.
Well, whatever. I just think that John Cena winning, if he wins a Rumble, he'll break Stone Cold's record for how many wins. If he wins his next title, he breaks Ric Flair. I want it all to happen. I want all that to
I don't
happen.
think they're going to break the Flair title.
Deserving of breaking Ric Flair's record.
Yeah, no.
See, that's,
How
what,
many Make a Wishes did Ric Flair do?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but how many
Just came true for him.
how many years was
play.
Ric Flair out of the business? He was really never out of the business.
Neither was Cena. Even when he was making his shitty movies, he was not out of the business.
He's wrestled how many times in the past?
I don't know. He hasn't won a match in 2,848 days or whatever the fuck he said.
I just think that John Cena's championship runs compared to Ric Flair's when you wrestled everyone in the
Yeah.
top territories of the fucking country and then Japan matters so much more. or
I don't
meant so
think- I don't
much
think you
more
break that record.
than what John Cena did.
I don't think you break that record. You shouldn't. That's one record that should just fucking
So
stay.
if there's an all-time ranking of wrestlers, you have Cena under Flair?
I don't have Cena. Cena's not on my Mount Rushmore.
I'm not saying Mount Rushmore because Mount Rushmore's only four.
Cena's under Flair? 1,000%.
That's
Yeah.
what you think?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't. I love Flair. I think what Flair's done for the wrestling is insane. And people are still wooing for the rest of their life, and he's still kicking and he's still doing his thing. And I just think when it comes to marketability, I think you have a better chance now, like household name value.
And that's why I was going to ask you,
It's so
who's the
unfair right
bigger
now, though.
draw?
It's a recency bias.
Or who's the
That's
better,
what it is. It's a
the better
recency
professional
bias.
wrestler and the better draw. That's
The better professional
that's
wrestler is Ric Flair.
That's
The better
there's two
talker
separate
is Ric
lists.
Flair. The better dresser is Ric
Cena's
Flair.
good on the stick, man. Cena's
Cena on
very
the stick, you
underrated on
can't
the
touch
stick.
him.
Everything
Yeah, but so-
about Ric Flair is tops on Cena. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but what, all right. So you just said a
I
key
agree with
word:
you, Payne.
marketability, right? Flair was a heel. Heels don't sell T-shirts.
Fair. Very fair point.
He didn't need to because he was selling out arenas.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
That
like,
too.
look, they don't sell
I just
T-shirts.
look. I just think Cena. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a recency bias thing where like I grew up as a kid. Well, just think about it this way. I mean, you're what, 2 years older than me, so it's not like we're
I'm
out
not
of
2 years older than you, but that's fine.
one.
How old are you?
39.
Yeah, I'm 43.
yeah,
Holy
I'll be
fuck, you guys are
Well, I'll
old.
be 43 in April, but
I'll be
All I'm saying
42.
is,
so.
you've been 38 for
This show
fucking
is sponsored by
11 years.
WARP.
So.
Yeah, right. No, first, yeah. We're all gonna get our.
This message from Social Security. What joke are you making over there? How old are you?
38 now.
Somebody needs to
the
do
fuck outta
something
here.
to some kind of United Healthcare CEO or something.
Well, New York Life.
Oh, hey.
We
no.
had them.
Well, I
Yeah.
know that was
Then
the joke.
shut up. Don't say it again until they give us another joke.
I think
Listen, I'm covering my 5% here.
John Cena became the evolution of a Hulk Hogan, where Ric Flair was. There's only one Ric Flair.
Without the N-bomb.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
But John Cena, it was a character that developed and was the new age. It's like the Jokers, right? You have Jack Nicholson's Joker, you have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. There's no Joker that's better than the other. They were just the perfect Joker for that time. Cena.
That's a great comparison.
Cena
Wrong.
is that guy.
Wrong.
Cena, but it's the same as Hogan.
I'm with you. I think
I get
Cena,
what you mean. I could see.
And there's only one Ric Flair.
yeah, that's why I just don't think you break that
Yeah,
title.
so maybe
streak.
maybe it's a bad argument to have, considering there are different levels of certain time frames and this, that, and the third.
I will bring out my Excel spreadsheet of my favorite wrestlers and matches if you want me to.
Spreadsheet away. Or
God,
it's
so
your
you
last
get
time
8
here.
spreadsheets a
It's
day
your
with
last
this
time
guy.
here because your spreadsheet's coming out.
Let's take a spreadsheet and spread it up
This
your
is
ass.
my problem with this and most things in life.
We're getting deep here, folks.
No, because it's true. If I put something in front of you and I'm forcing it down your throat and I'm telling you that this is the best and this is the best and this is the best and this is the best, but it's actually mediocre, you're eventually going to give in to, okay, this is the best, and then eventually going to turn. It's like
Then
fucking
why
being
didn't Lex-
manipulated.
Why didn't
You
Lex
wait,
Luger
time
go
out.
over?
You're
I'm
eventually
about to
being
blow his mind right
manipulated.
now. I'm
Why
about
didn't
to.
Lex Luger go over then?
Why? So hold on. You're telling me when fucking Roman Reigns came out, everyone was like, "Oh, that's the guy."
He's gonna.
That's the guy.
No,
I got something too.
I got this.
Hogan wasn't forced
Well,
down
no,
anybody's
Hogan,
throat.
bro.
Hogan was not forced down anybody's throat. Hogan did not
What?
have the internet. Hogan did not have fucking
He
Instagram.
wasn't forced on anybody's
and
throat.
TikTok.
They had the Hulk Hogan workout set that was fucking a commercial by Mr.
Bro, he was
Wonderful
fucking
Paul
loved
Orndorff.
by millions. Millions. All you had to say was, Hulk Hogan's going to be at Toys R Us on Tuesday. And everyone showed up.
Because they put
Because
the
of
spotlight on
Sylvester
him.
The American male versus the American meatball.
One more thing out of you, and the spreadsheet gets
Can you
ripped.
grab the Hulkster? You can't see that Hulkster on camera. Can you just cuddle with him while he's there?
Give me this.
there.
No, you don't cuddle. I need some support. Where's my dog?
Where's my support? Hulk Hogan.
You evolved into John Cena, sir.
You can't see me, bro.
But you know what it is? It was a different version of cramming it down your throat.
I don't think so.
Lex Express.
They didn't cram that down. All they gave him was a fucking bus.
Lex Express
Then
didn't
he
work,
didn't go
though.
on. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they put even more effort into Lex Luger to be the next Hogan.
Well, they tried.
That dropped and failed miserably.
Well,
But they
'cause-
stopped with
Yeah.
Lex. They didn't continue. They continued with Roman. They continued with John. It's
because people were able to digest and eat up Roman and Cena.
But this is my
They did
thing.
not
Well, yeah,
want
but they
Lex.
also-
they're the
also
only thing that they're putting in front of you, and no one else is getting a chance to be that guy. Is it not being forced down your throat?
How
It's
did you
not.
think Payne got married? Same way.
Can you compare
This
early
fucking
John
guy,
Cena?
you're filling a fucking hole somewhere in a goddamn orange reflective vest, you piece of shit.
Early John
First of all, I
Cena
can't get
as
past
what
this
was
new
the
fucking
prototype
teeth, by
or
the way.
ruthless
Yeah,
aggression
prototype.
is the
Yeah.
same as
started to like
Roman
her.
Reigns after the Shield.
He'll
People
get that on
didn't
the-
want
he'll get
it.
that on the
People
edit. Oh,
yeah.
said no, and it wasn't until John Cena just
Well,
cut-
no, Roman was the prototype in NXT, and then they put him in a group and put him up on
and
WWE.
he was loved. And then they loved him, but then they got pushed
Not
down his
as-
throat, and they went against him, and it
He
was then
couldn't
him
talk.
turning heel.
He couldn't talk. I'm just, I don't know.
Cena until
but yeah,
Cena,
but-
All right, round and around we go.
Cena
but-
was
Here's the thing, though.
Did a rap on the back of the bus. He was getting fired.
Tommy, here's the thing. They killed the Lex Express with that bullshit finish at SummerSlam. That fucking killed it. They had the balloons
The
already.
blow off was a count out.
You know what I mean?
So
They
good.
killed it right there. And if you listen to Cornette, he told
Nobody listens to
he
Cornette.
told Vince McMahon back then. He told him back then. He goes, Vince, if you do that finish, you're going to leave him looking like a plate full of piss. And that's exactly what happened.
I'm just furious that every time I drove upstate that summer after he slammed Yoko on the Intrepid that my dad didn't take me to. Still heard about that. Thank God for my therapist. I never saw the Lex Express. Never saw
Clutch Hogan.
Never saw the Lex Express driving upstate that whole summer, and I was furious about it, and that's why I turned against Lex because I thought for sure I would see him.
That's okay, because you wound up on Nitro anyway.
Because if they put the belt on him, he might have got, but they knew that he wasn't going to do all the
Who
press
was, all
and
right, so
everything.
it was him and Yoko, right, for the championship? It was never.
But then Bret Hart came through. It
Yeah,
was the, it
and
was
then
the, it was
after
the
Bret-
fiddle-
And then
There we
after
go.
Bret, it was Hogan again.
And all comes back to how much Bret Hart bitched and moaned about every single fucking thing. And that's why Bret Hart is as successful as he is. I'm out there and saying that. I don't like Bret Hart at all.
Why?
Not
Is
at
it
all.
because he actually slammed his head on the ground trying to do the figure four on the post instead of Goldberg super kicking him in the ring? Oh, that could be it.
Bret Hart
No,
corrected.
because I'm a Shawn Michaels guy.
Bret Hart,
Through.
Bret
Fair
Hart
enough.
corrected me on what my favorite match of his should be. I met Bret Hart and I told him my favorite.
My favorite match is this. Well, you know, it should be.
He did. I swear to God. I said
Yeah,
it.
well,
I
Tommy,
was
you
like,
can go ahead, finish my
okay.
sentence. Yeah, well, at least this guy didn't tell me.
All right.
And
So
that's
anyway.
how Bill becomes a low.
John Cena.
Raven.
See, I don't know
Yeah.
who you are. I don't get it.
At least he
I don't
told you
get
your
it.
match, what your match should be. He didn't tell you your whole life sucks and you should quit wrestling.
Who told you that?
Raven. Not in so many words.
Well, he told me. I don't get it. The tattoos. The look. I don't get it.
He said, "Cut the hair, wrestle nevermore."
Dude,
Johnny Polo sucks.
I heard some stories over the weekend.
But
He was
dude,
like,
that's
why
just
do you
how
have
he
long hair?
is. I met him at
are you a cop?
MLW. He's just an out there
He's like,
dude.
"But what's your purpose?
He's just very out
Why-
there.
Why? And I'm just like, I'm just collecting your money, dude. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Anyway, this all stems back from John Cena winning the Rumble. Does he win?
No.
Does he win?
Yes.
You think he wins? Awesome.
did.
So
Yes.
do I. Yes. That's it, babe. Yeah, good
I
girl.
said I didn't like it. I didn't say I'm
Here's
stupid.
why I think he wins.
No, I thought we just did this.
Punk is not in the Rumble. Punk should win the Rumble, but Punk will not be in the Rumble.
Because he's winning money in the bank.
How are you not putting CM Punk in the Rumble?
Number one
Punk will
contenders
not go to
match.
Saudi Arabia.
That's next year.
That's next year, pal.
That's not this year.
I thought it was this year.
Indianapolis this year.
Oh man, I stand corrected. Punk wins the Rumble.
Wait, he really won't go to
So it turns
Saudi?
out Punk's
No, he's
gonna
not.
win.
Punk's not going to Saudi.
No, don't you remember
He
that
already said
tweet
it.
that he said to the Miz to have fun on your blood covered dick with the
Jesus Christ.
blood covered
All right.
dick money or
Blood
something.
covered dick money. Okay, anyway. That's the, by the way, we found the title for today's show.
I will take blood covered dick money for
Blood
whatever
covered
you
dick
need.
money. Yeah. We're back. All right, so Cena does the promo.
Check your cock and balls.
So now, here's another elephant in the room, and it's
Hold on. Speaking of Bret Hart, he's going to be headlining the big event.
perfect. I'll tell him to his face. No, I
Saturday,
won't.
March 15th, 2025 at the Suffolk.
He's also
Credit
gonna be at
Union
ISPW.
Arena.
It looks
Yep,
like he's
correct.
getting back.
No, but specifically go to the big event.
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
Do that. So a big event, first of all. I don't know where he comes up or how he does it, but my God. Like
Tommy's the man.
Tommy has loaded up another fucking show. And it's
Tommy
all,
and I both thank you for saying
No. There's Tommy Tequila, there's Tommy Asshole, and then there's Tommy Big.
Asshole. All right. So how about a fifth elephant in the room? Brother, Hulk Hogan. Now, Hulk Hogan comes out to a
Watch your mouth.
it comes out to a pop.
Put some respect on my
It
name.
went, yeah. And then they all went diving. Yeah. So, I talked about this with Josh on the Wrestling Hour, which you can also find on this channel, about it. And I thought to myself, I don't think it had anything to do with politics because of the fact that Taker also came out and they cheered him, and Triple H has been seen at the Mar-a-Lago or whatever you call it.
Yeah, but
and they still love him.
They
so,
haven't doubled down on it the way Hogan has.
well, yeah,
Even
so-
doubling down on it is fine, but neither one of them ever got caught on tape dropping N-bombs and then doubling down on that by saying that's the way me and my friends talk to each other.
Yeah, but he's come out other
It's true,
times.
Payne. How you gonna defend that one there, Chief? As he like slowly removes his boa. Like, not gonna work.
He came out other times and they still cheered him, but with this whole thing and the political climate that it has been, he doubled and tripled down on it. You know, he spoke at the Republican National Convention, and it was kind of nonsensical.
Trumpenites or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna get these scumbags out of the White House. It was just like, ooh, you're hurting yourself there.
Well, you know what? Half the country's going to drink that beer.
Yeah, no, listen.
2028.
California's not going to do that beer.
I don't think you should. I don't. Look,
Jesus.
Sorry.
I still watch.
I heard that actually it rages the flames.
Read the room.
I don't hold anybody's political shit against them. Like if I like an actor, even if he is not even gonna say it, I'll still watch his shit. I just don't like
Except
the
Robert De
person.
Niro.
Robert De Niro.
fucking
That's what I'm
dork.
talking about.
Like,
Listen,
you did the wrong thing.
yeah,
Learn how to kick, old man. Jesus, you were in that movie.
you know what I mean. But with Hogan, it's like he really doubled down on
Well,
it.
no, Tommy, I said just don't come out. It'll cool down. Like,
I don't.
who
think,
the fuck are you to tell me? I can't.
No. You insulted him a little bit.
This shows
You, hi, you,
This
fuck
shows-
you.
But
You're all over fucking
there's
television.
never come a time where Hogan was forgiven for that tape.
Booker
He
T
was never forgiven.
Let me
T
ask you
told-
this. Riddle me this. Batman and Batwoman.
Fat girl.
If he comes out
So
and if Raw on Netflix was live in Orlando, Florida,
the place would have went nuts.
is he still getting the same reception?
No,
100%.
no,
100%.
No, absolutely not.
So it's a California
Yes,
left coast.
All right.
Will never forgive you.
Is this my time now?
It's your time now,
All right.
Payne.
That's also home court for Hogan. It's Florida. So.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. So
There are
does
several variables.
here we go.
Okay.
Buckle
He
up,
dropped
everybody.
the N-bomb. Never really apologized.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, Taker came out and he supported Hogan, Trump. Yes. You are Undertaker, whereas I, the loudmouth, obnoxious schmuck, am doing nothing but screaming and yelling and calling people scumbags and delivering speeches at the RNC while walking out with UFC fighters to Real American with Trump.
Shout out,
in
Colby.
in the building. What up, Colby? We see you.
We see you, dog.
Taker never said he was going to be the basis for Metallica either.
Right,
So frustrating.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, bro, so
That's a lot of
this
the
is my
things.
this is my point.
Yeah.
He said he wrestled 396 days in 1 year. I understand what he was saying. Everyone, I mean, for the most part, if you're a fucking common sense person with a brain, you can figure out that he was trying to say
Multiple
he
matches a
wrestled
day.
in Japan and the United States within a fucking 36-hour time because of the time difference.
Yeah, it was Scott
he's
Steiner math.
He's exactly.
Yeah, but they also used to wrestle twice a day, like on a
It
Saturday.
can make sense to certain people.
Right.
Like, you were here for 24 hours, but then the time difference jumped backwards. So really, it's a day and a half. Yeah, okay, it makes sense.
I
when you
also
think
don't
theoretically.
think. I also don't think the McMahon documentary painted him in a good light, where he admitted that he fucked over Jesse Ventura.
I just think there's so much shit.
You know what
he
I mean?
fucking he had the racial slur. He didn't really apologize, and then they went a year, and then they brought him back. But then people are more forgiving of the fact that he said the N-word than they are of the fact that he's a Trump supporter. They hate him more. They're like, all right, it's just a word. And he's like, brother, oh, he loves Trump. God damn this man. Fuck him.
Still, even
And he
even
came out
after,
in
though,
California. He came out in San Jose, California, super liberal, okay? There were so many things. He's lied about 400 different things. And also, don't forget, the fucking guy is 70. Half the crowd doesn't remember a fucking thing about
Well,
the
that's
man.
also what I said. I said if like it's almost as if you're getting this fresh new idea. Netflix, you got CM Punk and you got fucking Seth Rollins and Roman and all these newer generations.
Stone Cold wasn't available.
But Stone Cold wasn't available. But all of a sudden, you know, you're waiting for the next segment and you hear bam, 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 and like a lot of us, maybe all the older guys go like this, like, oh God, right? And then the kids are like, great. Who's that? You know,
But
like, and
it's-
they don't fucking have a clue. So
But
like
it
they see
doesn't-
dad booing, so I'm gonna boo with dad.
Right, but it doesn't help either that the fact that, when was the last time he wrestled? 2005?
I don't fucking
When he was
remember.
Mr. America?
Was that Shawn Michaels SummerSlam that year?
The
Same
year that
realm?
him and Vince McMahon were doing the lie detector test. and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Is he didn't he
It
wrestle in
wasn't long
TNA
after
after
He
that.
wrestled with TNA.
He wrestled in TNA after that.
My point being is with the WWE universe as big as it is, like, listen, how many people really watch TNA? It wasn't really reaching that big of an audience. Couple
I
hundred
mean, it was
thousand.
on Spike TV.
My point is this: when he's not being highlighted and highlighted and
Are we
highlighted
keeping
and
you awake,
highlighted,
David?
Flair
Fuck
was
you.
in the spotlight forever. So every time he came out, woo, 30,000 people, 100,000 people in fucking in WrestleManias. They barely utilized the man.
And then he had the racial slur. Wasn't used. He came out at 30. Okay, ovation. He's not being used
Ric
as
Flair-
much for people to remember him.
Ric Flair doubles down and has like a fucking. He's in a music video with a bunch of rappers.
No, I know.
After he gets out of the hospital.
Hogan also didn't do helicopters anywhere.
He kept himself culturally fucking relevant. Hogan did not do that.
Flair kept himself culturally relevant throughout the United States. Hogan kept
name
himself
that
culturally
movie.
relevant in
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Yes, let's fucking go.
If you say what's the most recent thing that Hulk Hogan's done in a positive light, you can't name anything outside of the beer. But if you go Ric Flair, 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo. Anyway.
Music videos. Jack's chain. Ric Flair energy drink. He's got the what is it? The
He's got
CBDs?
dick hard pills too, I think. He's got the
Woo
Yeah,
chews.
the woo chews.
Woo.
But what's the CBDs? What's the weed?
He's got him and Tyson have the weed.
CBDs, right?
He has gummies. He has a whole line of marijuana.
What the hell is the name of it?
I don't fucking know.
Not
dude.
the actual name of the thing. What's the term for the fucking
Edibles?
weed?
Edibles.
The
THC.
Thank you.
All right. That's tonight.
He's a cop,
all right,
folks.
so listen.
My point is that he hasn't been around a lot. Whatever. I just don't think that he was relevant enough for anybody to care.
When he came back and people in the back were not happy about it, I think it was the New Day had some comments about it. He said that, again, doubling down on being wrong. They're just worried I'm going to take their spot. Was Hogan's quote. The boys in the back
That's
were
the, yeah, that's the
It's like,
mentality.
bro,
But that's that time's mentality.
But
you heard Scott Hall talk about it.
He
when
still wouldn't travel with a
was
heel.
3.5 feet outside of Gorilla. He's not taking anyone's spot.
Right, but Scott
and
Hall
that's- and
talked about
we
it.
can't
forgot-
make it to the ring.
Hold
on.
The saddest part was that he
Scott
couldn't-
Hall,
he
yeah, but
couldn't walk
Scott
in the
Hall
ring.
talked about it when he first met Macho Man, and he was like, "Oh, I like your boots." Well, what does that mean? It's like that fucking mentality that these older guys have. That somebody's going to go in there to try and take their spot, take their money.
It's all full
Bro,
of
he
piss
was,
and
he was
vinegar.
also like the main fucking name in wrestling for fucking 30-something years.
Yeah.
And listen, like I said, to each their
There
own.
is no
However you,
Hulkamania without
Again,
Roddy
Roddy
Piper.
Piper.
I agree.
again, you separate the
There is no
person.
wrestling without Hulk Hogan.
You separate the person from the character.
Fair.
Touche.
That's what you have to do. You have to separate the person from the character.
Right.
He's
That's like
on
me
screen,
saying that's like me seeing
he's Hulk Hogan.
That's like me seeing
Outside of
Peter
that, he's Terry
Griffin.
Bollea.
That's like me
Again.
seeing Peter Griffin in digital and saying, "Man, I fucking hate that guy." It's like he's
Remember,
I
cartoon.
agree and disagree with that because I wish there was a little more kayfabe. Specifically, the monster amongst men being an animal, slamming people through tables and throwing them up, and then Braun Strowman singing karaoke in shorts shorter than Payne's.
Well, that was probably the biggest problem I had with everything at the end when Triple H did the press conference. He's like, "You got to shoot in the terms, heels, faces, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay, so now it's 100%. You're telling everybody, we're explaining to you what everything is, and we're letting you know that it's a scripted.
You got to
theatrical
smart.
thing."
You got to smart up the new fan.
I
You have to. I told my daughter. My daughter's
understand.
watching wrestling, and somebody gets thrown around. And I said, she goes, "Why are they hurting each other?" I was like, "Well, because one guy's a good guy, one guy's a bad guy." She goes, "Are they really hurt?" I said, "No,
Yes.
they're friends."
You're a terrible parent.
I said, "They're friends.
Yeah, no,
everything's
I
going to be
can't
Back
fine."
in the day, my dad would tell me Hulk Hogan's going to drop the leg because this guy's bad. He hates America.
Yeah,
and he would go
I
and
can't
fucking
say
For
drop
me,
it on
it's a
shit.
temperature
can't say
thing,
that.
bro. There's a temperature thing for me. I just couldn't
I had
bring
someone
it to myself to say like, "Oh no, he's kicking the shit out of that guy because he's a piece of garbage."
Why? My son's like, why
That's
can't I
your
get a Tyreek?
son. I
My
have a
son's
daughter.
like, why can't I get a Tyreek Killjoy? I'm like, he's a piece of shit human.
Okay, fair. To the matches,
Plus
I guess
he's
a
gonna get
couple. I know
traded. I'm
Payne's
not
probably
gonna
going to
waste
dip
$90.
soon. So matches.
He's dipping already. He's got his cup over there somewhere.
No, I'm talking about leaving. But
Bro,
anyway,
I haven't dipped in like 6 months.
yeah, it's because of
I
his
can
new,
tell.
his new,
My pearlies.
his new pearly whites.
I work with retards.
We do it.
The Chris Payne
Hard R.
2025. It's
All right.
not a cancelable
You're right.
word.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah. Anyway, matches wise, again, Rhea Ripley. She decides to beat the shit out of Liv Morgan.
So fucking hot.
I love them both. I think they're fantastic human beings. Would not kick either of them out
Polar
of bed.
opposite, and they're the fucking two hottest women in wrestling.
They really are.
They have nothing on my wife.
She's not watching.
She's not
She's not watching. And she probably won't.
My mom will watch for her.
She's not watching either. Dave will let us know the 17 people that are going to talk.
Yeah, whoa, Miss Lippy. If we did this for 17 people, I quit.
You get off your ass and
yeah.
you find those fucking listeners.
Right. So I will. So Rhea Ripley wins the women's championship
Good
back.
move.
Jey Uso defeats Drew McIntyre. Not sure.
What about Solo and Roman?
I wasn't going in order, but I was just going from little
gotcha,
to
gotcha,
big or
gotcha.
whatever. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just going all over the place. But that match, I feel like the chemistry was a little off between Drew McIntyre
So
and
was
Jey
the
Uso.
commentary.
And it was just the whole thing kind of seemed like we didn't really need this match here.
Cole said something, and I was just kind of like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? It's combat.
It's tribal combat.
Are you talking about Roman and Solo?
Yeah, because he said something about like I don't know if he's allowed to, and I'm like, it's fucking tribal combat. I can do whatever, fucking kill the guy.
So then you mentioned it, tribal combat. Roman gets his shit back, his Ulafala.
You think it was a good move, them opening with that?
I think so.
That was extraordinary.
Yeah, I like that. I
It
like
set the
when you
tone.
can hit the fans right in the mouth right away. Like I love that.
If they knew that Hogan was going to bomb as bad as he did, I guarantee they would put him on first and then finish
Because
off
then
with
the
him.
main event fell a little flat
Exactly.
because
That's what I
of
mean.
that.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. I guess hindsight's always
But
going to
you
be
can't, you
2020.
can't tell to predict that was going to happen.
We said in the chat though too. It's like this is the first match.
I know.
It was a WrestleMania
It was
finish.
it was a
as
paper.
the
It was a
opener.
pay per view.
They're starting with Roman and Solo.
I said it's a pay per view right now. It's a premium live event, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
How'd you feel about the drone?
Which ones?
They had the one going around the stadium.
I
around
do
the
like
fans.
that.
Dave's
I-
triggered. Dave's triggered.
What?
I mean, there's fucking drones everywhere. I want to shoot them out of the sky. But nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Not in New Jersey. It was the same. No.
I was kidding.
No, but you know what the
Well,
coolest
no, we
thing
have
was?
drones to look at people watching wrestling, but we don't have drones to put out forest fires in Malibu near Oak Grove.
Zero drone help.
Zero
anyway.
drone help. I got
Anyway.
87 over my backyard.
drone-
Acre and a half.
First
but
of all,
not over the fucking.
when they do that drone, like the light show drone shit, that's the most fascinating shit I've ever seen in my
is
life.
Dude, that's
like
that's
that
all
is so
that's-
fucking cool.
that's
who ate
computer.
who ate the Lions the other day? Somebody. Was it the Lions game?
Ate the Lions.
They had a drone show before the football game, and it had a picture or the
Now-
Bengals.
but now, unfortunately, early 2025, you got to be careful because it's like that's so cool. That's gonna shoot me, but that's so cool. You have no idea what's what.
It's Survivor the real game.
Yeah, exactly. But yes,
Squid Games.
Everything was good. I don't know. Rate it 1 to 10.
I love the narrow
Ten-
walkway too.
Me too.
I
love
love
that.
the narrow walk.
Love that.
1 to
Love that
10?
for Saturday night's main event. Love that.
Yeah.
1 to 10. I give it an 8.
8,
7.5.
7.5.
I'm sorry. What are we rating?
1 to 10 Raw as a whole.
I didn't think there was enough matches.
Now you sound like one of those.
8.6.
You're telling me I'm watching it for 3 hours and there's only 4 matches? It's like one of those basement dwelling fucks.
Oh, no.
8.7.
It moved well. I mean,
as
they
much
gave
as,
yeah, but they
as I
gave
love
them all,
Hogan, that was a shit segment.
Horrible segment.
yeah, but the matches they gave them time to work, which was nice.
Like he said, The Rock
Like
being
Fight Factory
all
Wrestling,
fucking-
when they
he
go
was
7 matches
fucking
in one.
whatever.
I still think that's part of the storyline.
No, I know, but I get it. But I'm just for me, it was kind of like, eh. I am not against. I'm not. But when my 7-year-old is sitting there and he's like, "Dad, what's that smoke?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's the fog machine."
You could have just said a
Said he's
cigar.
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, cigar.
Yeah, because you don't
think on your feet too well, do you?
I'm just listen. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but they could have did without
As
it.
soon as listen, I'll tell you exactly when the moment for me where I was like, "This is going to be great," is when the "fuck you" Solo chants were not bleeped out. I was
yeah.
like, "We're on, let's go."
It was almost like they amplified it.
How about the Rock? The Rock
The
going
Rock
to Pat
was saying bullshit.
McAfee and going, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah.
That was the first F-bomb.
Yep.
I didn't
He
even
said
hear
he
that.
shook hands. He said shit too in the ring.
Yes.
I didn't hear him say,
he
"Let's
shook
fucking
hands
go."
with Cole, and he looked at Pat McAfee. He goes, "Let's fucking go."
Wow,
I thought that
I'm
set the tone.
yeeting all over. Don't yeet on me.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
you can
very
see.
funny.
Yeah, but the
you got to cater to everybody.
But the difference
Oh,
is-
I'm not saying it was bad. I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
no,
In defense of the weed, in 25 states right now,
you
that
don't have
joint
to- you
is
don't-
just as legal as the beer that Hogan had.
You don't have to defend it. I'm just saying.
He's an officer
If
of
you're a
the law.
7-year-old,
Well, if he's an officer of the law, it's legal, so you can't say
All right,
shit.
already. People telling him he's got to go.
like, where are you? What?
I'm doing my show for the
I
first time
think,
in 3
the
months.
show honestly was flawless. I think it was.
I think
perfect.
I'm up there with you. I'm in the high. I'm in the 8.5, 9 area.
You know what it is? The main event kind of fell flat for me.
Well, because I think, first of all, 3 hours, just like it is every week when it was
were
3 hours.
exhausted.
It's very long. And now after the Hogan deflation, where everybody was just like, oh, man, really? They fucking did that? Now, you would think the promo before, the week before with that promo, where I was like, that's how you end a year. Like that promo, and that's how you end your relationship with USA. Those guys were spitting hot fire at each other.
Yeah, you still,
And
got, you still got SmackDown on US.
But I'm telling you right now, just based off that main event, I don't know if you guys agree. Payne, you can relate to this a little bit more because we've been in the ring. Did anybody else feel like it was a little Stiffy McStifferson? Like,
I said to
they
you.
were
Yes.
fucking. There was a couple where I saw like knuckles, like bang, like I'm like.
I saw
oh,
Seth was
okay.
actually laying it in, and I think because he was laying it in, Punk became a sandbag.
I don't think how.
That
You know
could be a
what?
thing.
Maybe-
Because when they had that spot on the ropes, and he went to fucking clothesline him, and Punk didn't even fucking budge, and then they went back and forth, and then finally he dumped over. I'm like, He's not moving for this guy.
Yeah.
And then he tried to throw him back over the fucking barrier when they went
Do
to
you
the crowd.
think that's the real life
and Punk
animosity
wouldn't
coming
fucking-
through,
oh,
though?
100%.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
But I think
Well,
that
you talk
even
about
with
the
that-
animosity they've
even
had
with
for each other for the past 10 years.
Even
Think
with the
about that.
animosity, though, you have to go like, listen, no one's going to believe us unless we're beating the shit out of each other.
Nah,
So I think,
but there's a
I think
method
have
to that. There's a method to that.
You discussed that beforehand if you're going to be stiff. And,
It
and
feels
you'll
like
know
that
it's-
shit was on the fly.
It felt like it was going away, like-
as soon as one guy got lit up by one, Punk was like, "Oh,
Kinda
this is
fight,
what we're
like,
doing."
oh, this is
But
what's
it
going
was,
on?
it
This
was
is what's
but it
happening
was
right now. Let's do
seamless,
it.
and it
Receipt,
continued
receipt.
throughout the match, as opposed to look at like Charlotte and Nia Jax, right? That really weird setup when they started really beating the piss out of each other in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
That wasn't planned.
Well,
but-
maybe but maybe that's how Punk and Rollins got all their animosity out on each other, and maybe now.
But all right, so we'll end with this because we saw CM Punk. We know his plans, right? He wants to go to headline WrestleMania. We know where Cody's going to defend the title eventually. Blah blah blah. We know the bloodline shit. My biggest question, leaving Raw on Netflix, is where is Seth Rollins going from here?
Taking a break and going to spend time with his family.
You think he's gone for a little while? Mm-hmm. Okay, because Becky Lynch has been rumored that she just signed.
He's got to regroup.
She just re-signed another contract, so maybe they swap.
So Seth's been on the road.
Maybe they
He
swap.
goes- right.
Yep.
I have a question for you.
Daddy's home.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gained a pound like eating a steak or a
Does
piece of
Punk
bread.
does Punk need a headline WrestleMania
Yes.
after being the number
Yes.
one,
For his
the
legacy.
main event in the number one most watched WWE?
Bully Ray said that. Bully Ray said that on Busted Open. He said, "Does this matter more? Like, did Punk take a minute at the end of the night and say, you know what? I just headlined something maybe that might be bigger than WrestleMania. I don't know if it's ever. Listen, Dave LaGreca went on record and said
I don't know
that this
the
was
numbers.
better
I'm
than
just-
bigger than WrestleMania, and I said this was bigger than some WrestleManias. Some
Yeah.
WrestleManias fell flat to me.
Oh, of course.
And then this one you would
Was that
almost put it up
WrestleMania
there.
9 at Caesar's Palace?
Right, something like that, where it's like it's not the showcase of the Immortals; it's the fucking
Listen, what do
shit
you have
show
against
that
Bobby
was.
Heenan walking in backwards in Caesar's Palace?
I rented that motherfucking thing from Easy Video, and the whole tape was ruined. And I remember going back there, and I was like, "You got to test it." And he hit play, and all of a sudden, it played on all the TVs, and I was like, "I'll just sit here and watch it."
So
I watched WrestleMania 9 from
aesthetically, it
Easy
looked
Video.
I used to watch
awesome,
the
but
wrestling and the Kid Carter
the
Palmer
matches
video
were just
was
terrible.
blockbuster.
Palmer, oh my god.
You remember
But no,
Palmer
I
video?
think I think that is by far
Had
the
it
most
caged off.
watched
No.
live event WWE ever had.
Doesn't matter. There's in this business.
have they released any numbers
He's got
or
a
no?
headline.
With this in this business, with the, like he said, in the WWE, you're not remembered unless you've headlined WrestleMania. Why is Bam Bam Bigelow so widely remembered?
Because he headlined
He headlined
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania against
Vader
LT.
in New Japan. I'm kidding.
Here we go.
He headlined WrestleMania against a non-wrestler and made
Yeah.
it work.
Right, and
You
the
know what I
better
mean?
match was obviously the match right before it. Obviously,
here we go.
It was Diesel and Shawn Michaels. It was fucking fantastic.
Okay, but
Dave,
he
quick,
has to. He
on
has
the
to
spot,
headline.
name one bad Shawn Michaels match. Go.
You can't.
We'll see you next week.
But seriously,
By the way,
I can
Raw
name one.
Netflix just surpassed Squid Games as the number one most watched on the platform.
So,
and I heard Squid Games
right.
2 was terrible. by
In
the way.
response to your
but
question,
that's huge.
you're gonna remember when WWE left USA Network and went to Netflix,
And that's why I think that promo was so good. 'Cause I was
I-
like, that's how you go out, man. And you'll never forget it.
I
You'll
don't
never forget it.
I do think he still needs a WrestleMania for his
Yeah.
legacy.
I do too.
Who does he wrestle?
He's got to go out against one of the.
I would say John,
would say,
John
you know what?
Cena makes
Yeah,
a lot of
Cena,
sense,
I'll give
man.
you that.
So now, what if you get Cena wins the Rumble, Punk wins Elimination Chamber, and Rock wins Money in the Bank? You get a three-way
Oh,
dance.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Who
that-
the
Well,
fuck is
Hey,
the
don't
champ?
forget, WrestleMania is 2 days now, so you might get a Cena win on Saturday, and then a fucking.
We saw it. We saw
Sunday
Roman.
Punk.
We saw Roman do
a
double
triple
duty.
threat match between those three. That's pretty cool.
I mean,
different generations going at
again,
it.
I am all on board with everything.
Oh, what if Punk wins Money in the Bank? He wrestles in a fucking who was it?
Got that?
It's fucking Cena versus
Gunther.
whoever the fucking champ would be at the time, right? So it's either going to be Cody, Roman, or I
Gunther.
would think what?
Or Gunther on that side.
Don't forget, we got 2 belts.
No, I know that. I'm just thinking big picture belt wise, like WWE belt you want to give to Cena. You don't want to give him the one that they look at as a secondary belt. Like
I
they
don't know if
always
it's a
have.
secondary belt anymore, but
No.
I
I
digress.
think they should get rid of it. Just my opinion.
It's fine.
But what if
sucks.
What if Cena wins it on night 1 and then goes out with a bang against Punk on night 2 because he cashes in?
I mean, it would be the Seth Rollins heist of the century.
Yeah, right.
Same shit. Look, there's so many ways WWE can do it, and guess what?
We don't have time to talk about it now 'cause I got work.
right. That's why
They're
we
not going
all
to go with the coolest way. That's
tune
the
in
unfortunate
each and
part.
every week.
I got
Look,
a pack.
This has been a season 2, 3. I don't even know what season this is at this point. The Fight Factory podcast.
2 for me.
Guys, thank you for watching. Share this out. Tell your friends. Dave Sturchio, Tommy D, Chris Payne, and Tommy Tequila.
you doing?
We are
We're
all
back.
signing off. Thank you. Happy New Year, brother. And listen, pay attention to the Fight Factory Wrestling social media in the next week or so. We got some fucking news for you. So with that, have a good day, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.